I spent most of my shift from about 10 AM at the hospital, which meant I did little else. And when I arrived, I was told the hospital was on total code black with absolutely no beds available in any area. At that point, there were still patients in the department who had been there in excess of 15 hours and 8 ambulances on their way in. I'm not going to list the amount of crews we had at any one time or the waits they endured, as I honestly can't remember. All I will say is that from the moment I arrived, there were 8 crews waiting to hand over, and this number never got below 5, even up to the time I left. I nursed several, if you can call what we do in that corridor nursing, and tried my hardest to make sure those patients and their relatives were cared for to the best of our abilities, whilst also making sure the crews were okay. Not once did I lie to them, telling them all the reasons they were waiting and how long it was likely to take. Our staff were amazing, as were the A&E nursing staff. They supported me and each other as well as the patients, and I cannot praise them enough. This shift is probably by no means the worst that a CTL has had to endure, but it was my worst. And coupled with being bawled out in front of a corridor of patients and hospital staff by the surgical registrar for trying to help the day before, it left me in tears, feeling frustrated, angry, upset, tired, stressed, hopeless and just downright miserable. Before I finish, I'd just like to mention the patient that I nursed for 2 hours after she had already queued for 2 hours with her kind and understanding daughters by her side. She had bloods taken by a nurse in the queue, had her entire primary assessment done by the wonderful doctor in the queue, her CT scan and x-rays were ordered while still in the queue, and who was finally taken into a cubicle over 4 hours after arriving in the department. She was then told an hour later by the tearful doctor and myself that she had a previously unknown and probably inoperable brain tumour. This was the last straw that broke the camel's back. To the crews and colleagues who asked me if I was okay, thank you. And to Mrs P's family, I apologise that you and your mother had to go through that ordeal. The sad thing is she's just one of many, and I'm sure she won't be the last. I'm sorry about this rambling, but I'm not sure how long I or any of us can continue to be asked to manage such a shocking state of affairs. So that was yesterday. I'm ever hopeful for tonight.